Hmm. You guys, this episode of American Horror Story was so touching. I can't even go through it. Like it was just so sad. Like we learned the whole story of Peppa and everything, and it was just crazy for somebody to treat somebody like that. Like I cannot believe that. Wow. Anyway, Salty died, which is Peppa's mate. You know the other um deformed person. And Elsa and Spencer's talking, and Spencer's all shisty. He's just trying to make money off the freaks by killing them and taking them to the museum. And they kind of make a somewhat of a deal again. I don't know why Elsa keeps fucking with him, but then again, Elsa's dirty too. But pretty much Spencer, he says, I can take care of Salty's body and everything, but what you need to do is just go ahead and take Pepper out too, for the most pretty much. And she was just like, no, I can never harm my Pepper. I can never take my Pepper out or whatever. And so they pretty much just decide, oh hey, whatever. So they show a scene where Spencer is chopping off Pepper's head, not Salty's head, and gonna end up taking it to the museum. But he offered Elsa um it was something about the whole movie thing, about because she wants to be a big star, and as old as she is, she still thinks it's gonna happen. Keep hope alive, else. So he offered her something. She's just like, okay, whatever, just get rid of the body. It's just he chopping off the head. It was just moments. Elsa tells her whole story as to how the whole freak show thing came about. She used to be a part of a show, of a circus show, and she just got sick of being the back burner bitch. She got sick of answering to other people, so she decided to create her own show. And so one of the first people that she got was Peppa. Peppa was an orphan. It was abandoned. Her mother had died, and her father had abandoned her. Her older sister ended up taking her to the orphanage. Um, it was just a really horrible story. It was really sad. She was 18 years old at the time. Usually they don't keep orphans that old, but because she had a childlike mind, they went on ahead and let her stay at the orphanage. But Elsa got hold of her, and she been at the freak show from then on. They also showed the scene of how she met, how Elsa got my petite. Apparently, this Indian guy, he was a rich slave. I don't know how that happens, but okay. And he owned her pretty much. Had her little ass on a leash, like skip, fetch, all that. And what ended up, and Elsa wanted my petite, of course. So, but what ended up sealing the deal was that my petite offered him 3 cases of Dr. Pepper. I guess. No, it was back then. So hey, back in the 1950s, or was it 1850s? I think 1950, something like that. But anyway, yeah. So hey, they dropped my petite ass, and Pepper, her instinct, she always catered to kids. She loved kids. I guess she always kind of wanted to be a mom, and she loved my petite. Then that's when they brought Salty there, and they fell in love and did things and all that good stuff. Um, so all right, so then um, Esmeralda, the little fake ass fortune teller, the little pretty white girl. What's her name? Emma Roberts, Julia Roberts' niece. Y'all know her. She's upset. Jimmy's ass is locked up. She ended up telling Angela Bassett's character Desiree, um, pretty much about what Spencer has going on. Desiree was like, "Look, if I find out you got some shit going on, I'm gonna fuck you up, okay?" And she basically shows Desiree, takes her to the museum where they got my petite body and they got salty head, and it was shocking that they ended up showing Jimmy's hands. Now Spencer was in jail. Well, had talked to Jimmy in jail, and basically was saying we can get you out of here, but I got a lawyer, I know a lawyer, whatever. But unfortunately, one thing that you may have to give up that can, or something that can speed the whole process up quicker, is if you give the hand. So I don't know if Jimmy gave his hands to the museum voluntarily or what. I guess we'll find that out. Yeah, there was moments. Also, Esmeralda, she did a whole reading again with her crystal ball. Angela, she done found her a man. Apparently, she was performing on stage, and Malcolm Jamal Warner from the Cosby Show. He saw them three titties, and he saw that big dick, and he just fell in love. He was like, "Look, tell us our future." Esmeralda started off all cute, y'all gonna be in the countryside, down by the riverside, and it's gonna be all cute and lovely. And then she got upset because she started thinking about her and Jimmy, just like, you know what, fuck you.com. Y'all gonna end up piss poor. Um, you ain't gonna be able to have no babies by him because you got a dick. And it was just a mess. She was just a hater, being a hater. But that whole fortune telling shit, y'all know this full of shit anyway. Um, the Siamese twins, they gave Esmeralda all. I think her name is Maggie. They gave Maggie all their savings, all their coins, and Maggie was kind of being a bitch. And Dot, the mean twin, she liked Jimmy, and she want her man out of jail, of course. But Esmeralda, she's just upset and she's drinking and shit and that's bullshit and I don't get all that stuff. And they was getting ready to jump her ass. I wonder how that would have went. That would have been interesting to watch. But they throw the money in and say, "Bitch, you do right by Jimmy or whatever." Even though Jimmy don't want us, and maybe he wants you or whatever, you do right by him because I take your whole damn head off. I swear to God. And so, who knows what she's gonna do with the money. Also, I know I didn't review last week's episode, but Child Gabourey got shot in the head. That damn dandy is still crazy. It's just a mess. I have a question. Why is Jimmy in jail? Who do they think that? I'm trying to figure out what happened. I think Dandy set that up. I'm trying to remember what happened last week as to why Jimmy's in jail. Hmm. I think. Who do they think he shot? I forgot. Y'all help me out in the comments if y'all know. But yeah, so anyway, Elsa takes Pepper to meet her long lost sister, and the sister's just to stay with her because because Elsa was talking to Desiree, and they both decided what Pepper needs is his family, and she's been here for so long, she needs to be at the family. Look, all the freaks is dying left and right, and Elsa maybe have a little bit of heart for Peppa. And it's just like, look, maybe she don't need to be here. So they decide to go on ahead and you know take her up there to her sister's house. And she pretty much don't want her. Haven't seen her in a long time. She's like, she's dumb. What is she gonna do for me? My husband's gonna have a trip. Elsa was like, no, you will take her. You have no choice. This is your family member. She's lovely. She's a gift from God. All the good stuff. So she decides to go ahead and take her, even though she really didn't give a damn. So they show the sister talking to this nun, and they ended up putting Pepper in the crazy house, pretty much. And but the story leads up to she was sitting talking to the nun, and the nun is um that girl that played in the coven. She was the one who brought people back to life. She stayed outside in the nature. She was a hippie. Y'all know her. I don't know her name, but yeah, I think she's been on American Horror Story since the beginning. But I only started watching American Horror Story last season because of the coven. But so yeah, so they're talking and she's telling her these lies. I had this baby, first of all, which was the truth. I had this baby, but the baby was deformed, and because I was so old, I had to stay in bed. But they cut into a scene where Peppa is taking care of the baby for the most part, doing everything for the baby, while this bitch is just laying in bed and Pepper's bringing her cocktails back and forth. It was just a really pitiful scene. She's lying, saying that Pepper liked to drink her own self and shit, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And the baby's crying and yelling, and they showed a scene where Pepper tried to reach her own baby, her sister, but she didn't take her baby. While Pepper went in there to fix her a drink, she was like, "No, take the baby with you while you go in there and fix my cocktail." Just horrible. The daddy was evil. The father did not care for the baby because the baby was deformed. They said it had big ears or whatever. I'm assuming that the baby was gonna end up being similar to Peppa, and of course they didn't want that. It was a shame by that, especially way back then. Um, so the mama, she's stressed out. All the baby does is cry. Sister's dumb and all that. So the father made her, well, her husband, but the father of the child made her say that she don't really want the baby. Say it, say that you don't really care nothing about this baby. And she was just like, look, I really don't want the baby or whatever. So they hitch up a plan to kill two birds with one stone because they sick of Peppa ass too, even though Peppa do everything for them or did everything for them. So Peppa is giving the baby a bath, and then all of a sudden the man comes in. He throws Peppa out the door, locks it, and cuts the baby's ears off and drowns the baby. But they made it look like and seem like Peppa was the one that did it when she wasn't. Because the whole time this was going on, what I'm telling you, the lady, her sister, Peppa's sister, the mother of the child, talking to the nun, she was telling, the nun a total lie, just total bullshit, saying she had the baby at the park and all this stuff when really it was the husband who did everything. And so basically they framed Peppa and said that she killed the baby, killed her niece when she didn't, and they took her on to the crazy house, and um it was just really sad. And so the lady, she's talking, she goes to Peppa's room, which is nothing in the room, and Peppa's banging her head up against the wall, and it's just like, are you okay and everything, but it's awful what you did. Peppa can talk a little bit, but not really. She's trying to explain herself, but she's really not buying it. This woman just came in and said that she killed her child, and so she takes her to this little book room. I guess their own little library, their little small library, and it's books everywhere. And she was like, you can help. The first thing you can do is help pick up all these books. And so she, ended up showing her how to organize the books, uh, based on the titles or whatever, or whoever was, Reader's Digest, and then all the Harry Potter books on this pile, yada yada, y'all know. And then she saw a picture of Elsa on a magazine, and she kissed it, and it was just really, really horrible to see somebody being treated like that. It really like did something to me for real. I don't want to cry right now, but it was really terrible. Shouts out to Naomi Grossman, the character who plays Peppa. She is awesome. She is incredible. She did that. She played the hell out of this scene. Um, American Horror Story this season is very interesting. It is taking me places. I'm sure it's taking you guys places, mentally, emotionally, physically, even. Sometimes you just want to jump out the screen, jump out your skin, and just jump in the damn screen and just do things to people. So yeah, this is very, very interesting. But American Horror Story is going on this little break for Christmas, and it won't be back until January 17th. Or no, January 7th. This one's come back on a Wednesday. So yeah, I guess I'll see y'all then as far as on American Horror Story. But y'all know y'all check out my other reviews on different things, and also I got like, more things coming up. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a really, really emotional episode of American Horror Story. But that was it. With that, I'm Mr. Chilaki. I'm Mr. Chilaki on Google Plus. Follow me. I am at It's King's World on Twitter, and I'm Chase King here on Facebook. I adore you guys. That was American Horror Story. Wow, great acting, great acting.